Week 11 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson, who's your new single-season record holder and first 2,000-yard receiver in league history. It's the Vikings and the Broncos on Sunday night.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids.
The Vikings offense in the midst of a perfect season. They get their first possession here. And the one we'll be watching is this man at running back. What a game for him a week ago. 3 rushing touchdowns.
And what I liked about it, I could actually count 1, 2, 3. That wasn't beyond my ability. Here's hoping he actually stretches it and gets to 4 in this game.
Play action now. Cousins. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they're trying to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible.
And now the rookie's free. Inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's...
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. Now he's loose down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, 75 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Cousins now to throw on first down.
Side taken in by Jefferson.
Get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On second down. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
First down, here's Cousins. And for the right sideline is complete. He finds an open field here. And we'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it.
That's complete to KJ Osborne.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And the Vikings first down.
On first down.
93 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
Cousins now. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
When he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess you have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw is Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
and the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. In the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Play fake. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
First down, Minnesota.
They'll run on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings are able to add on to their first-half lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here. A first down throw for Cousins.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Justin Jefferson.
And he's in for the touchdown. Final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well, and
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Cousins on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played, and the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts now it's about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, Cousins able to find the open man. That's complete. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison with touchdown number 12 of the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Set up down around the 15-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, we have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This is caught, and he's brought down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
1st and goal, Minnesota.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this way outfield across the 35.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Vikings
On first down, Buck. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
A 6-yard pickup.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Over the middle and covered by Osborne. And this is going to be another first down as he'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33.
gain of 14.
On play action,
First down,
Cousins.
Minnesota.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the
It's a gain
10.
of 23 yards. First down,
One back in the
Buffalo.
backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block. But they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's a gain
A really nice
of 25
gain of
yards.
25
And the
yards.
Vikings first
Those
down.
are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as a tackle made at the 18.
A gain of 5. First down, Minnesota.
Hey, we're good.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Good route here.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Complete to Edison on the outright. Able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
At the 6-yard line.
Throwing, Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins here to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
One play at a time, baby. This was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Minnesota, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Denver, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
12 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Vikings and the Bears on Monday night.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. The Vikings offense in the midst of a perfect season. They get their first possession here. And the focal point of the offense, as it's been all year, is this man at running back. Boy, he's been great. He had the game to end all games last week, did he not? I mean, every time we looked up, it seemed like he was in the end zone.
And let's face it, I didn't want to look up. I was enjoying what I was seeing on the field. Now, it's highly unlikely that he does it again. That type of a game, but maybe a couple of touchdowns, I think that's within reach.
First play, here's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's taken down across the 35. They'll run on first down. Through the middle of the field. Inside the 10. Touchdown.
End zone.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming out of bad time, we're going to keep playing. The answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
The Vikings first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Up the middle they go. Bump. And some room to run now. Sheds off the tackle.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance of what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They go play action. Cousins. Quickly here, and it's complete.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Bump. And off to the races, down the right side.
Taking the lead. Fans of old school football, they got to be loving this partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring or pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play, but sometimes it's okay to dream big, because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here. It's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front will create goals and momentum.
So far.
232 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
On 1st and 10, Cousins going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 1. Cousins throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
He's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. Cousins.
They'll find Osborne here.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Cousins.
That's complete. Touchdown. Jordan Addison.
Another 13 touchdowns now in the year.
And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage.
That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And now the rookie screen. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. They will get him down to the focus is very good yardage here, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On first down. They get 28 out of that one. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work. But when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises. And he's running with terrific ability right now.
Hey, bring up 48.
Play action now. Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Defensively, they came into the game to understand it. They're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this, because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. He didn't march to the end zone the last time out.
Playmakers, step up right now. This is the call of the footage.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. From 19 yards away. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league. To they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football in here.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've got to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Play fake. Cousins.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings have 6-0 lead.
In order to lead in the game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe they'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And out now come the Vikings. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that, Charles. As defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Cousins. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hawkinson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, 58 yards. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing.
Cousins on first down. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Off the play fake, Cousins. Open man is Osborne. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. They'll run on first down. Bump. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Cousins to throw it this time. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hawkinson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
A second down throw for Cousins. This one caught by Osborne, right side. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. First down. Here's Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And quickly, they get to the line. Now a second down throw for Cousins.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he's across midfield to the 48.
Now Cousins.
That's down the field for Jefferson. Justin Jefferson.
48 yards.
And the Vikings are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Well, they just continue to roll. And Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And now out comes Minnesota. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Following the interception, Cousins. Over the middle and complete to Addison. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. Cousins to throw it.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On the comeback route, he's got Jefferson.
So nothing doing there, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Cousins now on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Osborne. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over half the A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We're up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as the tackle made up near the 35. Cousins and the throw here, caught by Allison.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling ahead.
Now Cousins going to change it up.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Catch is made by Hawkinson to tie in. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Cousins.
And this will be caught with the play taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for the late touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute on his second in this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
Not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Total team effort today, guys.
It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see T.J. Hockenson. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Vikings and the Raiders coming up next.
Now from a field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February, there's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time.
Vikings offense rested and ready coming off the open week in their schedule. And all eyes on this man, their star running back. His team will be in the playoffs come January. Now it's all about staying sharp, staying healthy.
And that second part, much more important than the first. Stay healthy, main priority. You can stay sharp in practice.
They'll start on the ground here, first down. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
The partner of this offense, 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night, 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again and went to win Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a second game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchises. Undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
He's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Bump. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
2 yards to go, second down.
the middle they go. Buck. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Vikings are on the board first here in Vegas.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He's still on his feet. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Let's go, fellas. They're hot. Black.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And shoving his way inside the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Minnesota.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Now Cousins fakes a jet sweep, and off play action, he wants to throw it. Complete. Jefferson the target.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat.
Touchdown, Vikings!
K.J. Osborne.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. On play action, Cousins.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They go play action, Cousins. Well, this is taken in, and it's complete.
Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
I think what we're seeing from him means the future has arrived, because I think most teams are looking for that hybrid running back. The guy who can run it, of course, but who can catch it as well. And those catching skills, exactly why they chose him early in the draft.
And it's one thing to have a catch for 5-10 yards. It's another to be able to break off a long play like that.
Yeah, we saw it in college, his ability to spread out, catch the football. He's brought it to the NFL as well.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a far right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. On first down. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Still going. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll run on first down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. A first down throw for Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Play action now. Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for a Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, I'm just sitting back in my chair. Let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, how you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. 1 play, 1 pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just saved those calls for this possession instead.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up. Off the play fake, Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Here's Cousins.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll try and run for it. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And they'll get this down to the 10. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. To throw, Cousins. To Jefferson on the slant. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson with career touchdown number 70. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
He was taken down by Chandler Jones. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Slot man moves right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down. Bunt. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. They'll keep it on the ground. Bump. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Bump. A solid stiff arm. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Here we go.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson from 8 yards out. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
In motion right is Addison. Cousins now. They'll find Osborne here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Vikings.
First down. Here's Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown. K.J. Osborne. His third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season.
And the Vikings are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trucks over him. They can't tackle him. And a great move again. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards on the ground.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Jordan Addison, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Vikings, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Who's up for some victory tacos? I'm always ready for victory tacos, baby. When we doing the game balls? Hey, I'm ready to get my game ball. Hey, let's keep building momentum now. I'm one of the first in the ice tub tonight, fellas. Too late, already full. Anyone getting on the sticks tonight? Yeah, I'm game, dude. Let's do it. Total team effort today, guys.
It's Week 15 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see T.J. Hockenson. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Vikings and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games...
The Vikings offense in the midst of a perfect season. They get their first possession here. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their rookie running back.
And he comes off a dazzling performance a week ago, over 100 yards rushing and receiving in that game. That is now the stat line we see every day. He'll be hard-pressed to repeat that, but just shows how comfortable he is in this offense.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of reward. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
That'll give them 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. To throw is Cousins.
Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So they say he went out of bounds, came back in, then touched the football.
Can't be the first guy to touch it when you come back in bounds. That's why the penalty goes against him. Have to know where you are on the field.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Touchdown, Minnesota. taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. On third down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll keep it on the ground. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now this throw caught left side. Now they can't bring him down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And they show off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Now Cousins. Throwing the outlet incomplete. It's Osborne. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll throw again. Cousins. Pass complete to Addison. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some of the media this week are pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten. They were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
And it's caught in the end zone for a Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played all.
And out now come the Vikings. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all our viewers, but you just don't see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it. It's going well for them.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown! Jefferson with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And now out comes Minnesota. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7 our score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Bring up 48.
Throwing, Cousins. That is in the hands of Hawkinson downfield. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown number 18 of the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Cousins. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he's out right at the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click. The Vikings head out to take over once again. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Vikings.
On 1st down. Fighting through. Dashing through the snow. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 89 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They're hot! Hey, get!
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Addison holds it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Cousins on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
A first down throw for Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And the Vikings first down.
They'll try the left side. Able to power through. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last one makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Play action now. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cousins to throw it. Throw caught there by Osborne. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Cousins. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. To throw, Cousins. And he's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to third and goal. To the air again, it's Cousins. There's Allison. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be. Down the numbers. There he goes.
He's to the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne, 75 yards. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth.
Rhino!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 116 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Over the middle, and finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Again, it's Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Brings up second and goal at the Bengals 3-yard line.
Play fake. Cousins. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. Jordan Addison. His second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Hey, steamer! What's that?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Yellow!
Cousins here to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up second and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Cousins. Looks again for T.J. Hawkinson, and he's got him again. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
And the Vikings first down.
Hey, we're good.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Good route here.
Cousins again. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. And the ready set. A first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line.
Cousins now. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Minnesota, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.